What's up, everyone? My name is Alexander Miller, and this is Patches, my one-eyed dog. And today we're going to be talking about dividend stocks. By the way, his name was Patches before he lost the eye. I wasn't just being mean to him. So I talked briefly about dividend stocks in my passive income video. If you didn't watch that, now is a perfect time, or rather after this video is a perfect time to go ahead and go watch it. I thought I'd go a little bit more in depth about the idea of dividend stocks. Now, if you're like me, you don't like to spend a lot of money on extra stuff like clothes or electronics or whatnot, so you might have a lot of money saved up. If you're also like me, you like to make money by doing as little amount of work as possible, if you can, doing no work whatsoever. Well, if you're looking for such a system, this system would be such a system. Now, dividend stocks got their name from the fact that once you invest into these stocks, they pay you dividends. Now, you might ask, Alex, what the hell is a dividend? Well, I'll tell you, hypothetical person that's asking that hypothetical question. A dividend is a payment to you by the company that you invested in, almost like a thank you for investing into that company. So as time goes on, you'll be getting paid money just for investing into the company. Sounds kind of simple. They give you money as long as you are owning that share of stocks or shares of stock. Now at this point in the video, you might be thinking to yourself, man, this guy's trying to get me to give my money to some prince in Wakanda so that he can get my money or something. It's not the case. I'm not trying to take your money. Something much more dangerous, the stock market. Yeah, that big scary thing that's up in New York crashed way back when? Yeah, it's a scary thing that I'm talking about. That being said, there's going to be some risk with any investment, especially in the stock market, because there's no investment that is 100% guaranteed to give you a return. Believe it or not even with banks. Not all banks are FDIC insured. But if the idea of making money without doing anything sounds good to you, keep watching. Now, like I said before, a dividend stock will pay you over time, and how much you get paid is based off of three main factors: the dividend percentage, the value of the stock, and the dividend frequency. Now, just a quick disclaimer, these aren't the actual terms, but at the same time, I'm not a professional, I'm just kind of financially savvy. Anyways, first, the dividend percentage. This is the percentage of the money that the company that you invested in will pay you back, and that all matters on how much stock you own and how much the percentage actually is. This is the percentage of money that the company that you invested in will actually pay you back, and that number all depends on how much stock you own and the actual value of the stock. So for example, if a company will give you a 5% annual return on a stock that you own $50 worth of that stock annually, you will get $2.50 back. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but that number will increase the more that you invest. Secondly, we have the value of the stock. Not all stocks are created equal. A company like Fitbit stock will cost a considerably less amount of money than a company like Walmart stock. So not all stocks are going to be like $50. Some are going to be less. Some are going to be much more. I'm looking at you, Bitcoin. Now, the third and final thing that we're going to look at is the frequency in which you'll be getting paid these dividends. Now we're going to figure out when payday is. And I hate to break it to you, but in most cases, it's not that frequent. And not all dividends are paid at the same rate. Some may be paid monthly, some may be paid quarterly, which is every 3 months. Some are even paid biannually or annually. On top of that, the more dividends that you get paid, the less money you technically get paid. Now hear me out. Now, if you get paid quarterly dividends, that's 4 dividends a year at a 5% annual return, that means every time you get paid a dividend, you're only going to be getting 1.25% of whatever the total amount that you own is worth. You're not going to get 5% every single time that you get a dividend payment. That's just the annual rate. Now, needless to say, the whole dividend stock thing is something that you play for the long term. You're not going to get instant gratification with this idea. So you might be thinking, is this really worth it? If you're thinking that, let me just ask you something. what was that $50 gonna go to in the first place? A fancy dinner? A night out? Yeah, those things are great, but those returns are immediate. They don't last very long. This, not necessarily investing, but putting your money in a place where it can work for you, has long-lasting returns and long-lasting gratification. So ask yourself, do you want to live your life to the fullest right now so that when you're old, you can continue to work for the rest of your life? Or do you want to work a little bit harder right now while you're young? That way that when you're in your 40s, you could have possibly set yourself up for retirement. Well, anyways, guys, that's all I have on dividend stocks. If you have any other information that I might have missed, or maybe you could elaborate a little bit further on the information that I did give, then, feel free, leave it in the comments section. I'll even read through it, and it'll help me better inform you guys or other people on financial information in the future. And as always, if you guys did enjoy it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for my future content. I really appreciate you guys watching. You guys have a good one.